Hey everyone, I'm Karan from Enable. Welcome back to the official video tutorial series on AbleSet. In this video, we're going to look at scripting. AbleSet offers an integrated scripting environment that allows you to execute JavaScript from different areas within the app. You have access to all objects and functions available in JavaScript, as well as some additional AbleSet-specific functions that allow interaction with the app and other devices. Scripting gives us the power to create custom functionalities based around sending and receiving MIDI and OSC, thereby enabling interaction between different canvases within AbleSet, but also external devices and AbleSet. These scripts can be really complex and intricate if you want them to, but simple scripts can also have a big impact on the usability of your setup. Since there's really a lot of use cases that are highly dependent on your specific needs, we will only touch on a few brief examples and use this video to instead focus on the concepts of AbleSet's scripting environment. Full disclosure, if you're not very familiar with the basics of programming, scripting could be a bit difficult to get into. However, AbleSet's script editor offers auto-completion for available functions and variables and also highlights incorrect code, which is going to help you to get started. Scripts can be executed from three main areas within AbleSet. First up, it's possible to trigger a script using a MIDI controller. Select Custom Script in your mapping and the code editor will appear. You could then send out OSC commands or even another MIDI message, basically giving you the ability to create MIDI routings and MIDI conversions right from AbleSet. The script will also have access to the MIDI data of the message that triggered it. A fairly simple but very helpful use case for this would be to check whether the incoming MIDI note velocity is larger than, for instance, 110, and then only trigger the OSC command for stopping playback if that's the case. If you've got this mapped to a velocity-sensitive drum pad controller, AbleSet will only stop when you hit it really deliberately. Now, if you MIDI map a script this way, it will only be triggered through that specific MIDI message. But AbleSet also lets you trigger a script by any incoming MIDI. To do that, go to the MIDI port you want to use and click the three dots on the right, select Script at the bottom of the pop-up, and then enter your script here. This will now react to any MIDI coming into this port. If you'd also like the script to not be port-specific, you can even set it up under any MIDI input at the top over here. Next up, we have access to scripting within the canvas. We already looked at how this can be used to send MIDI to external devices and other apps from buttons, sliders, and input fields. So check out that video if you haven't yet. Here's a simple script we can use for a safe mode style play stop button, where stop will only be triggered if I press the button twice within 500 milliseconds. And finally, we have project scripts, which you'll find in the settings under MIDI mapping, OSC, and scripting. This is a special type of script that runs every time your project is loaded or AbleSet is restarted, and it can continuously listen for OSC changes. So you could, for instance, send out a toast notification to all connected AbleSet remotes as soon as a section or a song gets queued. Or you could use it to trigger a large notification when your redundant interface has a failover. Okay, let me quickly tell you about two simple but useful scripting functions AbleSet offers. There's the log function, which allows you to log values. This can be useful for keeping track of values in more complex canvases, or to simply log the amount of times your redundant audio interface has switched sources. And then there's await sleep, which simply lets you include a delay in the execution of your script, like if you need more specific timings for outgoing MIDI or OSC. Finally, let's talk about variables. There are three types of variables, starting with standard JavaScript variables. These remain valid for as long as the script is running. With MIDI and Canvas scripts, this is very short, but project scripts can continue running until they're restarted, so it often makes sense to use them there. Local variables can be used to store data from canvases in the browser. These are shared between different canvases. I could, for instance, use this to link two sliders together or display a slider's value in a label field on another canvas. And shared variables are shared between all scripts and can be accessed from anywhere. This means you can have a MIDI message make changes to a value that can then be accessed from a canvas or the project script. For instance, I could receive MIDI feedback for the mix knob of the Autotune plugin running on my Apollo interface, and then save it into my shared AT mix variable. If I then link this to the dry-wet slider on the DJ deck canvas we built earlier, I will now have visual feedback when the mix knob is changed in the plugin. Okay guys, there you have it. This video on scripting concludes this official series of tutorial videos on AbleSet. We hope that you are now confident to go out and use AbleSet to run your best show with a reliable, effective, and fun-to-use playback setup. Thank you for watching, and thanks for your interest in AbleSet. Get your trial or purchase a license on ableset.com. We'd really appreciate if you hit the like button and subscribe. Also, please share these videos with other musicians, playback operators, and sound engineers. Check out AbleSet and Enable on Instagram. You'll find more content on all things playback over there. And if you're interested in becoming a playback engineer at Enable, we also offer in-person and online workshops on Ableton Live, hardware setups, and creative use of technology. See you soon, have a good day, and a great show.